Hey Glendale, I'm Salem Gregg.
And I'm Maya Morris.
And you're watching the third episode of the Glendale 411.
In this episode, we will see forensics class, the Nest Press, Glendale Attendance, and more.
So stay tuned.
If you're a fan of the snooze button, your attendance may suffer. Addie Letterman and Salem Gregg have the story.
Attendance at all Springfield public schools has declined since the pandemic. So this year, attendance has become a big focus for SBS.
So our school is rated based on certain data, and one of those is attendance. So it is something that the state looks at to see if we're a successful school or not. Our seniors have really had good attendance this year. I've been very impressed with them. They started off really strong. It's starting to go down just a little bit, so I want that to go back up.
Because I'm in a lot of AP and dual credit classes, and if, for example, psych, if you miss one day of that, you miss a whole lecture, and then you can be pretty behind and not understand what's going on. So I just prioritize going to school.
There is a direct correlation with students' GPAs and their attendance percentage. If they're in class, they're getting that information, they're collaborating with their classmates, they're there if they need to ask questions, the teacher is right there. There's so many reasons to have good attendance.
When I go to class, it's like a place where I can work, so I get all my, today in grammar and comp we had a work day, so I got all my assignments done that I needed to, finished one of my essays, and then in psych, we went over all the notes, and I just listened to her lecture, and that helps me understand it. So I would say getting to school really helps my grades.
Especially with the seniors, the dance incentive to buy tickets for the dance, that has been huge for upperclassmen.
Help our district better its attendance by showing up to school.
Did you know that Glendale runs a manufacturing facility in room 304? Jaden Barrington and Nathan Dills have the story.
So the Nest Press is the production facility for all items that we put in the Nest here at Glendale High School. The Nest is our school store, and back in COVID time, we stopped being able to order products from vendors, and so we started making it ourselves, and the place that we started making that in, our production facility, is now commonly labeled as the Nest Press.
The history of the Nest Press came from the marketing department wanting to offer more experience for the students themselves. The Nest itself has been running for a little over 15 years now, but the Nest Press started a few years back, probably right around 3 to 5 years ago, with us wanting to have our own t-shirt presses so that we could create our own product, which not only allows the students to gain more experience, but it cuts back on cost a lot by us making our own products in-house instead of ordering them from a separate vendor.
The reason the Nest Press has become such an important part of our school store, the Nest, is because during COVID we didn't have a place to be able to get Glendale shirts, much less Glendale shirts designed by students. So it became the place where students not only designed the product, but they are actually able to make it themselves, from designing the transfers, picking the raw apparel, ordering it when it comes in, actually pressing or putting together the products. It's where the Nest Press is where they can make everything that they have designed or come up with.
A student can get involved within the Nest Press by either being part of the marketing pathway, which would directly make them an employee of the Nest, where then they are a direct person working within the Nest Press, or any student can go and shop the Nest itself, either in store or at www.glendalenest.com.
Tristan Zachary and Gus Kruger show us a unique class dedicated to the darker side of science.
Forensics class here at Glendale is a great opportunity for those who may otherwise be uninterested in the field of science.
The idea of the class was I wanted to appeal to students that maybe wouldn't have normally taken a science class.
I don't plan on going into any sort of science field after high school, and I feel like this class is something that I would still be able to use outside of high school. Like if I find a dead body on the side of the road, which is unlikely, but if that situation happens, I would know what to do with it because of this class.
It's really good for a juror to know those sorts of things, because the likelihood that people are in the class are going to be called up for jury duty are pretty high eventually in their life. So I just thought it was important that they hear from professionals that are in our community that are willing to come in and answer questions, and that's been really good. It's applying scientific principles to things that are just naturally interesting and to solve mysteries.
Forensics has many real-world applications. This class may inspire future generations to find their passion and make the world a safer place.
Every Thursday morning, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes come together in the small gym. Zach Brothers, Maya Manley, and Drew Harp have the story.
FCA, or Fellowship of Christian Athletes, is a student-led club at Glendale High School. Christians with many different backgrounds meet to have fun, make friends, and grow their faith in God together.
The purpose for FCA is to reach our community in Glendale, to try to outreach to other students and tell them about God's love for them and kind of our journey through that, and to try to reach other kids and tell them about His love.
The preparations for FCA, we have a group of leaders that we meet Wednesday mornings before school, and basically we plan out everything we're going to do. It varies from like a week out to months out in advance.
My favorite part would definitely be getting to be a leader, because I get to meet so many different kinds of people and work together with all the student body, and it's really fun.
For the first 10 minutes, usually it's just like talking to people, just socializing. Then we'll play a game. There's a variety of different games. Some are like knockout, like athletic games, and others are like charades and stuff like that. And then we'll get into like the talking session, where one person or a group of people will go up, they'll share a message, and then we'll go.
As far as I've seen, like the stories I've been told, kids are really enjoying it, and more kids are coming to it. And it's reaching a bigger group than we thought it would, and it's been great.
FCA impacts others because we're spreading the word of the Lord to others and helping other people find God, and yeah.
In our regular teacher feature, we are spotlighting Mr. Carlson. Dennis Fidenko and Caleb Pomerning have the scoop.
The 2023 through 2024 school year introduced many new teachers to Glendale. We interviewed our new math teacher, Mr. Carlson, to hear his story.
I asked my high school math teacher one day, I really want to, I kept overdressing my sandwich with mayonnaise or underdressing it. And I'm like, I need to know the perfect ratio for mayonnaise to bread, because it was bothering me. He's like, why don't you go take calculus in college? So I was like, okay. And I liked my calculus class, and then rest is history. Felt like I could make a difference, do better. I remember being in high school, and things weren't always, super fun. And I just thought, I could maybe help people out. So.
Mainly, he just just puts problems on the board, and then sometimes he'll have really complex ones, and sometimes he'll have trick questions and stuff like that.
I like group work. I think having a positive environment of classroom is necessary for math. Not everybody likes it, not everybody gets it, but eventually, if you keep just kind of pushing people towards the right path, they'll figure it out. It just takes longer for others. I try to have Fun Friday. I got a game, I kind of stole it from my stepdad. It's pretty popular over at Willard, but I haven't introduced all the cool rules yet. I've kind of just laid down the foundation for it. So I'm hoping if I get more people to participate and try and get everybody to make it fun, then I'll have more people understand over time the problems that we're doing. As long as you're doing your work, pretty laid back, and you're getting it. I'm not hardcore, you gotta be on the ball all the time. I just try to not push anybody's buttons in class, especially if they don't want to be bothered. Because you don't know if someone's having a really bad day.
I describe it as very hands-off, very if you need my help, just let me know, and then I'll come help you. He's very loose. He's very puts the questions on the board, and you kind of just figure it out on your own. And then if you have any trouble, he just comes and helps you. I
worked at Casey's, a gas station, making pizzas in the kitchen for a long time when I was in college. I also worked at Waffle House. I got my Casey's hat over there by my bucket. I couldn't find my Waffle House uniform, or else I would have hung that. So my goal was to try and tell people, hey, if you get really good at math, you won't be forced to work these jobs. So maybe a little fear motivator if the fun stuff isn't working, because I really didn't like flipping pizzas for, I didn't want to do it forever, so.
Thank you all so much for watching.
Make sure to subscribe for future shows and follow us on social media.
With the Glendale 411, I'm Salem McGregor.
And I'm Maya Morris, signing out.